Yo, 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 what's up? What's going down? Happy Monday to everybody. Happy Monday. No. I got that wrong. I got that wrong. Happy Victory Monday to everybody. Appreciate you coming in, man. Checking us out today. Coming off this victory against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course. We are now 5-3. So we are here for our post game show and also our player grades, and what we do in the post game show. Over 24 hours, we come in and we give our final thoughts about the game. That now that we've had 24 hours to soak it all in, so we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna do our player grades, and whatever y'all want to talk about and discuss, we'll talk about that as well. Also, make sure you do your dog a favor and make sure that you do smash that like button for your dog, man. Just go ahead and hit that like button. Like Larry from Dixon, we always say, man, it don't cost a dime. Go ahead and smash that like button. Tip your waiter, as Larry always says, So let's jump in the comment section real quick before we get to what we're gonna talk about today. Let's see who we got checking in first. Here we got Marina is in the house. Shout out to you, Marina. It's been a minute. Hope everything going good. It says rise up. The wins are ugly, but it feels damn good to be on top. Happy Monday, Toddy from Austin, Texas. Shout out to Austin, Texas in the and also happy Victory Monday to you also, Marina. Always good to see you in here. We got our dog Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? Happy Monday to you. What's popping? We got our brother Art Angel in the house. What's up, my guy Art? How you doing, man? What's popping? Art says my favorite music. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Somebody from the ABG group hooked us up with this, man. I like it too. Great beat, man. Appreciate you always showing love, Art. We got Pray League Faulkner in the building. Says Cam Newton and Justin Fields fans. We're awfully quiet this month. Yeah, man. You ain't heard a lot of Kirk Cousins criticism lately, man, at all. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Y'all know as Falcons fans, we love to fight about the quarterback. Hey, but when the quarterback is playing great football like Kirk has been, we are also winning at the same time. Hey, man, that disarm a lot of people in their criticisms of Kirk or the quarterback, whoever that is at that present time. In fact, most of the criticism lately have been about the defense. So, but we winning games, man. That's all that matters, and that's a good thing. Kirk really been doing this thing. Lisa Shepherd in the building as usual. What's going on, Lisa? How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. She says, "Happy Victory Monday, y'all. 5-3 feels good." Let's blow the horn for that. It definitely feels great. Art says, "Sup, my guy, tired of big 404 game energy. You know what the F going on." Let's blow the horn on that one. As always, shout out to the 404. 404 coming in real strong. Atlanta, Georgia is in the house. Fulton County is in his house. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? ATL is in the building. Yeah, y'all. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. We won't be here very long. Like I said, we're gonna talk about Kirktober, the legendary Kirktober shines again in 2024. Man, Kirktober. Let me start off and say I did not know what Kirktober was. Had vaguely heard about it until Kirk Cousins came to this team. Some Minnesota Vikings fans kind of put me on game exactly what it is and what happens during Kirktober. But that is traditionally the month that Kirk Cousins just starts playing insanely well. For whatever reason. You know, maybe it's some astrology going on in that. I don't know. But that is normally the month that Kirk Cousins starts playing out of his mind, which he has done for the Falcons. So the legendary Kirktober reared his face again this year in 2024, and it was a great thing. We got a super chat coming in also from my brother Red Swarm. Says, "Yo, title was good with your home team repping that 478." 478 is in the house. Let's blow the horn for the 478. Yeah, we had somebody, Swarm, we had somebody from the 478 that was on the panel yesterday also, man. He came and spoke for a good amount of time, and appreciate the super chat also, Red Swarm. Always appreciate the support, the love. Some of that old prime time, man. So thank you again, Swarm. I appreciate you, bro. Shouts out to you, man. 478 is in this thing. Let's see who else we got checking in real quick here. We got our brother Uncle Steve is in the house. What's up, Unc? Says like button smash. Winning Monday always hit better. Yes, it does. And of course, y'all make sure to check out Uncle Steve here on YouTube, man. Excellent Falcons content creator. And I'm like 99.9% sure that he will be following us for the Monday minutia. I'll be tuned in. Make sure that you are tuned in. So if you're not already following Uncle Steve, make sure that you do subscribe to his channel and run up those likes. David Starks is in the house. What's going on, David? How we doing, bro? What's popping? Ark says, "Sorry about the cuss." Man, come on, bro. Bro, this me, bro. You ain't gotta apologize for cussing. Nah, bro, you good, man. Like, bro, this is Atlanta Bird game, dog. We, hey, man, this the trenches, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is the trenches. We in that comment section, bro. You go for what you know, man. You ain't no need to apologize to me, dog. Lisa said, "We experienced our first cut." Yes, we did. It was great, Lisa. You know, it was good. I see the Kirktober madness now. I see it. I felt it. I experienced it. It felt good, man. It really did. It really did. I'm the same way, Art. You know, being a Falcons fan, you know, they do a little something to your mental health after so many years. So, you know, we all family, bro. We all passionate fans that, you know, just want the best for these dirty birds, dog. Chrissy Lewis in the house. What's going on, Chrissy? Says, "I keep looking at how grateful we should be as fans. I haven't seen us like this in 6 years." Exactly. We talked about that last night. I know also Uncle Steve talked about it on his post-game show yesterday. You know, Steve's theme was, "Look, y'all, I'm not finna apologize for no wins. We winning. You know, if y'all want to come with a lot of criticism, be my guest. but I'm about to soak up this victory champagne. We ain't experienced like we have not experienced it, like Christy say, since the 2017 season. And I feel that sentiment as well. Y'all, if y'all notice, my criticism been limited, man, because I'm just happy this team winning, bro. I'm happy we winning. I want to see us get in the playoffs, win maybe 1 or 2 playoff games, and then I think not to get too far ahead, but I think next year, if we want to raise the expectations, hey, go for it. But let's as that old saying in the South goes, and I'm sure most of y'all that's on here being Falcons fans, most of y'all from the South, you gotta crawl before you walk. So, let's crawl, then let's start walking, and then we'll start running and taking it from there. We'll take it from there. David says Kirk Cousins has been playing well. We can put the Penis Junior talk on the back burner for now. I agree, and that's a good thing. To me, that's good for the Falcons as the franchise. That's good for also Michael Penix, man. Most of the rookie quarterbacks, they ain't gonna come out like Jaden Daniels as a rookie. They ain't gonna come out like CJ Stroud as a rookie. Hey, man, so let Penix sit back, soak up everything he can, get his learning going, get his developmental period going, and, learn from a veteran, who's been in the league for a long time and who is obviously still playing football at a very, very high rate, So that is a good thing. Clay Murray in the house. What's up, Clay? Says, what's up, tied at 5-3. Now let's do another 5-3. We should be in the playoffs. I agree, my friend. I agree. Like right now, bro, as you were indicating, we are on pace to finish at worst, based on the pace, 10-7 or 11-6. So our pace has us winning about 10 or 11 games, and that would definitely get this team in the postseason. And we are one of them teams. Like, look, we probably ain't hit the national media where we are one of the top stories that they talk about on Mondays or whenever they have the NFL segments. But we continue playing like we playing, and we continue to get better. We gonna be one of them teams that you don't want to see in the playoffs, man. This team gonna come to the playoffs hungry. They ain't been there in a while. A lot of people on this team got a lot to prove. Kirk Cousins got a lot to prove. The main criticism of Kirk Cousins has been what? He can't win playoff games. He can't win big games. He can't win primetime games. He done got that primetime monkey off his back. I think this year he's 2-1 in primetime games. Should be 3-0. Kansas City, hey, we won't go into that, but we all saw what happened on that. But yeah, you make an excellent point. Tay Rush is in the house. What's up, Tay? Says Todd, I think Terry will get a different but higher position, and Falcons hire another GM. What you think? Todd, I think Terry will get a different but higher position, and Falcons another GM. If you're saying a higher position in the Falcons, I don't know. Who's ahead of Terry? Is that going to be Greg Beatles? We know Rich McCain going over, but I don't know. As of right now, I foresee Terry Fontenot being the general manager of the team next year, and unless something unexpected comes along, I don't see any reason that he wouldn't. But if he does get a higher position with more pay, I'm sure he'll jump on that in a heartbeat, and if he does, props to him. That's a good thing for Terry Fontenot and also his family. Lisa says his stats versus the Bucks in October are insane. Kirko balled on the dudes. Yes, he did. Like I said last night, man, we could play the Bucks every single game, bro. We definitely would win the Super Bowl without a doubt. Alberto is in the house. What's up, Alberto? What's up, Toddy? Glad to be on top of the South. Yes, indeed, my friend. Hoping for an edge rusher by the deadline. Maybe, speaking of Terry Fontenot, somebody just mentioned him in the comment before yours. Hey, maybe Terry got one more trick up his sleeve, before the year over. We'll know soon. Because, trade deadline is coincidentally the same day as election day. So, man, that could be a blockbuster Tuesday, what I mean? In more ways than one. All Art says exactly. I'm not apologizing. No, we ain't gonna apologize for no dubs, bro. We ain't established enough to apologize for dubs. Once you get on that Kansas City stature or Pittsburgh with their story history, the run, of course, the Patriots had. Once you have established consistent high level success, then at that point in time, you can kind of turn your nose up at winning. But we are who we are. We are the Falcons. We got to take every victory we can get right now at this time, because you only have 17 opportunities to win in the regular season in the NFL. So every win really matters. Every win matters in the NFL. This is not like basketball where you can kind of cruise along for like the first 2 or 3 months. This ain't like baseball where you damn near play half the year. 162 games. It's like half a year. Football is a different breed, man. You only got 17 chances to do your thing. So when you get them victories, take them, cherish them, and you try to stack them and keep going. Let's see here. Art says also, we're on the same page as far as how far the Falcons getting. I said the same thing. We got to crawl before we walk. Baby said, yeah, baby steps, man. Baby steps. We ain't gonna complain about it, man. Constructive criticism is always fine, but hey, we ain't gonna be too nitpicky about them at all. Not at all. Lisa also says, apologizing for winning is crazy. We can critique the day after, but on game day, we win. I'm turning up. I know that's right. Definitely know that's right. Because we've been through too much. Going all the way back to that fateful day in February in Houston. Since then it's been a real tough road for us Falcons fans. And hopefully we at the point now where we're starting to turn the page and become better as a franchise, and hopefully sooner than later get that elusive Lombardi that has been playing dodgeball with us for the longest. Lisa said there's a time and place for everything. I say game day, let us celebrate the dub. Monday we can analyze. I agree with you on that. I agree. Hey, when you get that dub on Sunday, go ahead and turn up. Go ahead and turn up. And like you say, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere along that time, you can go ahead and critique and criticize. Around Wednesday and Thursday, you got to go ahead and you turn the page, you get ready for the next game. Katie Dawson in the building says, we're a different squad. Yes, we are. Definitely a different squad. And you can even as a fan feel different energy from the players. And that's a good thing. That is a real good thing. As I said earlier, a lot of players have a lot to prove on this team. And they are playing like it. Everything don't always go the way we want it to as fans, but one thing that I can definitely give this team a lot of credit for is they fight. They do not quit. There are some games where they could have quit earlier this year and just went ahead and laid down and lost the game, but they kept fighting and they won. This team has really won like 2 games that we could have laid down and just took the L on, but they continued to fight. And that's a hallmark of a good team, David says we should get quite a bit of attention this week because we got the Cowboys Sunday. Yeah, we got the Cowboys coming to the A on Sunday. You're right, we should get a lot of attention on that. I think the Cowboys didn't they lose? I think last night to San Francisco, if memory serves me correctly. I think they got a losing record right now. I think, but we need to win that game. We need to win that game. Cowboys ain't in my opinion like a very dominant team, and I'm not saying that we some super dominant team, but let's win that game at home also. Let's start, speaking of collecting wins, let's start collecting some home wins also. So that'll be a game that you mark on your calendar. You always want to beat the Cowboys, shut up their fans, and shut up the national media who love the Cowboys. Brian Cornelius in the building, repping that 404. Straight from the dead. Shout out to Ghetto Mafia, man. 404 in this thing as usual. What's happening with you, Brian? Appreciate you coming in, bro. Clay Murray says the only thing I'm crying about is the OC and defensive play calling at time. Most of the screenplays and zone coverage, but W is a W. Keep it coming. Yes, indeed. Keep them W's coming. And as far as the OC and the defensive coordinator goes, let's just hope they continue to get better. As we all know, they are first time NFL offensive coordinator, so they are still going through their learning progression as well. And hopefully, by the time December, January, February gets here, they are doing a lot better job than what we're seeing at times right now. We got our dog Tay Six is in the building, the youngest in charge. What's going on, bro? How you doing today? What's up? How they turned into the Waffle House last night? Yeah, it did, man. That was definitely some Waffle House energy that we had last night, Tay. It was a great show, man. Excellent show, but definitely some Waffle House energy, without a doubt. Art says if we beat the Cowgirls, the spotlight will definitely be on us more, even though the Cowgirls suck. They're American team. True indeed. Man, just imagine we win this game this coming weekend. 6-3, y'all. 6-3. And boy, we are really heading in the right direction at that point in time. Still got some tough games on the schedule. Minnesota could be a tough one. Washington, man, them boys balling. That could be a tough one, but hey, I feel like if we playing our game, I feel like we can beat both of those teams. I really do. Katie says, Katie Dawson says Captain Kirk actually shut folks up in some of these groups and actually scrambled. He did, bro. He did. Third and 14, I think. Scrambled for a big 13-yard game, man. And I think that surprised everybody. Kirk might have even surprised himself, man. And that just showed how much he wanted that game. He wanted that victory. Didn't want to let us fans down. Didn't want to let his teammates down. And I'm sure to an extent didn't want to let himself down. Nobody expected Kirk to take off. He started doing that pump fake and he got a feel, And, I'm not saying that Kirk is a Lamar Jackson, but he still got to look ass in the tank. Still got to look ass in the tank. Clayton Mercer Succaneers complaining about piss TD. I just was spelling Tom Brady. You right. Hey, referees old as one. Y'all old as one. Y'all know that when y'all called that rough in the pass on Grady Jarrett that time, that was some bull. So they old as one. So we could just say that was some payback. Indeed. Peak NFL in the building says, yo, what's happening, Peak NFL? What's going on? What's happening? What is popping with you, man? Appreciate you coming through. MVM 1978 says, if we do things right, we can go 8-3 into the bye week. We haven't started this good since 2016, even though the Super Bowl was fixed. We can get our redemption in New Orleans. Man, that would be so sweet. Imagine winning the Super Bowl in New Orleans, bro. We win the Super Bowl in New Orleans. For me, that'll put 28-3 to bed for me, because I done seen my Braves win a World Series since 28-3. I done seen my Bulldogs do it twice since 28-3. So we go ahead and we get a Super Bowl in New Orleans. Oh man, boy. Hey, we could put 28-3 to bed at that point in time. I could at that point in time I could care less about 28-3, man. That would definitely be the sweetest victory that we could get. Art says, yeah, that's what I'm noticing about this team. We win in a few games that last year we would have lost. Definitely. And that's the fight and the determination that this year's team has. Lisa said, yeah, the Cowboys are 3-4. I thought so. So, let's not let them get up to 500 against us in Atlanta. Let's go ahead and knock them further down the totem pole. Marlon Cole's in the building. What's going on, Marlon? Says, Atlanta Berg ain't chat. What's up? We got W. Must clean up for the Cowboys. Indeed, a lot. Got some things we're gonna work on in practice and try to get better. Hopefully next game the defense will play a lot better, and that'll kind of quench some of the criticisms that the defense is getting. It would be great if they can, come out and sack Dak Prescott 3 or more times. That would be great. Realistic one says, do you think we need to bring somebody in before the trade deadline? I would say not a big name headline splash, no. And of course, I would love to bring in a big prominent guy in regards to a pass rusher onto the team because we desperately need one. But I'm also looking at the fact that we could continue to build on the good thing next offseason. I'm just at this point, I'm not in favor of just really selling the farm or giving up a bunch of draft picks for a player at this point in time. So I don't anticipate it'll be anybody where it's gonna garner big headlines or any of these prominent names that have been mentioned this last 30 days or so. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do bring somebody in. William in the building. What's going on, William? Says we can't let Cowboys come into town and beat us. I agree. We used to say what we used to say back in the Georgia Dome days, protect the dome. So I guess we got to protect the Benz now. So let's start winning at home. KD says we're getting better each game. We just got to keep that energy. Yep. Indeed, bro. Indeed. And one thing I do like about the team, they seem like they're playing for one another. And that's a hallmark of a team that has a good locker room, good energy, so you definitely do like that. William says Denver is a tough one. We're on the road in Denver, right? I think we go up to Denver and play them. If so, that's a tough place to play for a warm weather team, us in Atlanta, and also a dome team. I know it is a stadium, but the roof is rarely open, so we're really still a dome team, and Denver can be a tough place to play. Let's see here. David says rest of the schedule not scared of Minnesota, should sweep the division. I agree. Rest of the AFC West should be a W. Giants, please, yeah, we better not lose to the Giants. Cardinals and Washington. Cardinals are playing good football, and Washington are concerning, but I have confidence. 2 seed, boy, let's get that 2 seed. Yeah. So the legend of Kirktober, I went and looked at Kirk in October. To see what he has done in his month of Kirktober. That's Kirk Cousins' month. Y'all, Kirk Cousins in October this year with the Falcons, he has 1,246 passing yards during Kirktober. 1,246 passing yards in Kirktober. That's we played 4 games in the month of Kirktober, and that's an average of about 311, 312 yards per game. Also 10 passing touchdowns in Kirktober. 10 passing TDs. That's an average of about 2.5 touchdowns per game. If you were to multiply that by 17, that man would throw about 43 touchdowns this year with that pace. 2.5 touchdowns per game. He has thrown 10 TD passes in the month of Kirktober. Also, interceptions. Only 3 interceptions. Only 3. And the reason I say only 3, because if he has 10 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, that's higher than a 3-to-1 TD to interception ratio. You will take that every day of the week from your quarterback in the NFL. A 3-to-1 TD to interception ratio, perfect. Absolutely perfect, especially when you're talking about 1,246 passing yards. You take that every day of the week. Also, his rating, 107.6 during the month of Kirktober. 107.6 QB rating in the month of Kirktober. This man been balling. Also, 8.1 yards per attempt in the month of Kirktober. So average yards per attempt, 8.1 yards per attempt for Kirk Cousins in the month of Kirktober. Accuracy, you want to talk about accuracy? 71% completion percentage for Kirk Cousins in the month of Kirktober. This man has been balling. Honestly, he needs to win the NFC Player of the Month. And also, the most important stat, the Falcons fans, you know what we used to say about a former Falcons quarterback. Well, man, he got all them stats, but we ain't winning. You can't say that about Kirk during Kirktober. 3-1 record in the month of Kirktober. This man been balling. 3-1 record, 1,246 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, 176.6 rating, 8.1 yards per attempt, 71% completion percentage in a month of Kirktober from Mr. Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that? I like that, Kirk. I like that, Kirk. I like that, Kirk. I do like that, Kirk. I definitely like that. I got my boy P in the building. What's going on, P? What's popping, y'all? That's my dog, P. Says, what's up, Jones? How many playoff games you think we can win without sacking the quarterback? That's a great question, bro. I think we can at least win one. I think we can at least win one playoff game without sacking the quarterback. You know, I think we can win at least one. I think this team, as currently constructed, you know, if we can remain relatively injury-free, you know, we'll have to see how that plays out. But I think we can win our first playoff game. Now, that next round, you know, whether that's the division round or NFC Championship, it's going to get a little testy if you can't get to the quarterback. But I think this team can win one playoff game this year. And P, I've been saying this all year, man, on these broadcasts. If we can win one playoff game this year, to me, that's a success. You know, and I know other people may have higher aspirations than me. You know, I know some people are always going to be Super Bowl or bust, and that's fine. But for me, after us not having a winning season since 2017, 3 consecutive 7-10 seasons, hey, man, if we win one playoff game this year, for me, that's a successful season for me, for this team this year. Now, the following year, okay, the expectations are definitely going to be higher. But we win that first playoff game, for me, hey, that's a dub. I'll take it. I'm good with it. Brian Little in the building says, what is good? What's happening, man? What's going on? What is popping? Archangel says, I agree we could win at least one game in the playoffs, and that would be great to me. Even though we all want a Super Bowl, we have to be realistic. Yeah, and that's where I'm at too, man. You know, I'm trying to be, you know, realistic with my expectations, and that's why I don't have this Super Bowl or bust mentality. You know, next season could be different. You know, I could come next season. Hey, man, y'all need to win a Super Bowl. You know, it's Super Bowl time now, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge once we get there. Chase Trent in the building. What's up, Chase? I appreciate the realistic expectation. Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. You know, I try my best to be objective when you know, doing analysis on the team, and not always going just total fanboy mode. You know, because you know, I think a good deal of people appreciate when you are realistic with the team, and you know, you can point out the flaws, the good, the bad, you know, the abnormal, and I just think that's a realistic expectation, man. Let's get in the playoffs, win one playoff game. You know, once you win the first one, now anything else can happen. Once you're in the tournament, you got just as good a chance as anybody else. You know, we could become that New York Giants team with Eli Manning the year they went 10-6. Back into the playoffs as a wild card and won a Super Bowl. You never know. Just get in the tournament. You know, just get in the tournament. David says the playoff win keeps Penix Jr. on the bench for next year, but a loss and we begin the era of Penix, in my opinion. I don't know if I agree with that, David. Let's say we go 11-6. We go into the playoffs and we lose in the playoffs. You know, unless Kirk Cousins just falls totally off a cliff in regards to how he's playing, I still don't think the Penix era would start. I still think that following year in 2025, Kirk Cousins would still be the starting quarterback going into training camp. Now, if 2025 gets here and Kirk Cousins happens to fall off a cliff during the season, then yeah, you know, they probably would not hesitate to, you know, slowly transition and bring Michael Penix in. But as long as Kirk is still playing good football, we finish with a good regular season record, and we do happen to lose the first playoff game, I still don't think they put Kirk Cousins on the bench. One, he's I'm saying this under the premise that he's playing good football. So one, he's playing good football still, and two, the money. You can't ignore the money. Kirk Cousins has a $40 million cap hit in 2025, and I just don't really see the front office, putting him on the bench if we lose our first playoff game, in my opinion. So let's see what else we got here. We got Rusty Moore's in the building. What's up, Rusty? So let me ask y'all a question. Say we win one playoff game and lose the next. What is going to change next year? Kirk will be a year older and Lake will still be the DC. We trade him for an elite edge rusher. I don't know. That's hard to say. That's hard to say. Because when you trade for elite edge rusher, man, like, I don't think people really take into consideration what that's going to cost, man. That's going to cost a great deal. You're talking about the second most valuable position in the NFL, a pass rusher. Let's just eliminate the quarterback out the equation. Because position wise, they're on a different stratosphere. So you take the quarterback out the equation, you're talking about the most important position in the NFL. And when you say an elite one, Myles Garrett, somebody like that, like, regardless of what Cleveland's record is right now, or whoever, the Raiders with Miles, Max Crosby, or the Cowboys with Micah Parsons, like, man, these general managers, these owners, man, they are not going to sign off on an elite pass rusher without taking the other team to the bank. They're gonna get some Vaseline and bend you over. I'm just gonna say that. So it's gonna cost a lot. It's really gonna cost a lot. And I'm not in favor of it. I'll just say that I'm not in favor of trying to sell the farm for one player, because I don't think this team is one player away. I would love to preserve the draft picks, and go into next season's draft and draft wisely. Try to have a great draft and go into free agency and see if you can get some more pieces on defense that won't cause you to sacrifice so much cap equity. And you're talking about a elite pass rusher. You probably gonna have to trade some draft picks, and also you're gonna have to probably trade a good player on this team as well. Albert, excuse me, I think I said Alberto last time. Albert says, run the ball with Bijan against Dallas, line up and just tote rock Dallas soft. We should 8 times stop them for the dub. If that's going to be their game plan, I definitely don't see them hesitating to do it. Hit them with that 1-2 punch. Bijan, Tyler Algier, run the ball. Maybe that's a game that Kirk Cousins only has about 220 passing yards, and we have over 200 yards as a team running the ball. So if Zach Robinson, when he does his game plan, his scheming, if he thinks he can run the ball at a very high rate or a high clip against Dallas, I'm sure that's exactly what they'll come out and try to do. Clayton Murray says, are we doing grades? I gotta get okay, let's get to the grades. Hey, Clay Murray, I get to hear you say, hey, man, you doing too much rambling. I came here to do some grades, bro. You gonna do the grades or not, dog? Like, come on, cuz. You ain't did the grades in about 2 weeks anyway. Like, when we gonna get to the grades, dog? Like, okay, that's cool and all, but, man, you just rambling. Let's get to the grades. I got you, Clay. Let's get to the grades, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to these grades, man. All right, so we always start off on defense, so I see no reason to change that strategy. So let's get these grades going off. Let's start off with and I'm sorry. Anybody that's new, what we do is we do player grades. I'll say a name, and then in the comment section, you drop a grade for the player. And we do this on the grading scale of 1 to 10. Excuse me, 0 to 10. 0 means you're trash. You need to be cut. You don't belong in an NFL. Please get off this team expeditiously. 10, you had a perfect game. You were perfection. Perfect game. Keep that up. You will be a first ballot Hall of Famer one day. You continue to play like that. All right, so let's get going. Let's go with defense here. Who we got on the docket sheet first? Let's go. Let's start with the linebackers. We've been criticizing the linebackers, so let's start with the linebackers. Let's start off with Caden Ellis. Yesterday he played 70 total snaps. Caden Ellis had 11 total tackles. He had 7 solo tackles, and that's it. You know, that's his stat line. I'll repeat that. He played 70 snaps. He had 11 total tackles and 7 solo tackles. So if you would do me a huge favor, drop your grade in the comment section and we will get to it. And we are grading Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis. Ark says a 7 for Ellis. David Stark says a 5. Too many piggyback rides. Sound like old Keith Bricken. You know, making a tackle 8-10 yards down the field. Seth Thomas in the building. Seth say, man, I will give him a B. All right, so I can dig that. And again, y'all, we are grading Caden Ellis. Please put your grade in the comment on a scale of 0 to 10. We are grading Caden Ellis. Clayton Murray says Ellis gets a 6. Need to react faster on the run. Yeah, that has been a big Achilles heel for the linebackers, unfortunately, this year, man. You know, that is something we're gonna have to address in the offseason also. We got to do something about the linebacker play. Philip Crawford is in the building. What's going on, Philip? Been a minute, my friend. How you been, bro? Philip says I give Ellis a 6.5. That's a respectable grade. That's a very respectful grade. Albert says a 6. He needs to be an outside linebacker and blitz more. Anderson and Landman or the true inside linebackers. That might be something they try. You know, if we continue not to get any sacks every game, they may be willing to try that, bro. You know, so that's not outside the realm of a possibility. That might be something Jimmy Lake decides he wants to do. It might be something Raheem Morris decides he wants to do. You know, so that may come true. You know, we got to stay tuned. We got to find some way to get the quarterback on the ground. All right, so grading Caden Ellis. Any more grades for Caden Ellis before we go to our next player? Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis. All right, so we will go to the next. Oh, and also let's do the PFF grade. Caden Ellis, PFF grade for yesterday's game against the Bucks. He graded out pretty good, y'all. That PFF gave him a 76.6. So he graded out pretty good. They gave him a 73.3 for his coverage grade, which is pretty good also. He got a 57.5 for his tackling grade. That's not good for a linebacker, of course. But in totality, he got a 76.6. So according to PFF, he played pretty good yesterday. Pretty good. Pretty decent. We'll say pretty decent in the 70s. All right, so let's go to the next player, y'all. Who we got on the docket? Let's go Nate Dahl. Let's go Nate Dahl, who still, coming back from being on injured reserve early in the year, getting himself acclimated. Nate Dahl played 55 snaps yesterday. He had a total of 7 tackles. He had 6 solo tackles. Nate Dahl also had 1 forced fumble. And we are grading Nate Landman on a scale of 0 to 10. Make sure to put your grade in the comment section. Again, I'll repeat, he played 55 snaps, 7 tackles, 6 solo tackles, and he also had 1 forced fumble. So if you would be so kind and make sure to drop your grade for Nate Landman in that comment section for me, please. David gives him a 70. Said he was solid. Ark says a 7 also. Albert says I give him an 8. Just a hit on Irving, always looking to knock people out. Yeah, Nate Landman is definitely a hard hitter, man. I wish he had a little more agility, a little more speed and quickness to him. But I like Nate Landman. I do. I do like Nate Lemon. I like his story being an undrafted free agent, and he's given us some pretty good football for undrafted free agents. So I do like Nate Lemon, and he don't make a whole lot of money either. For NFL value, he's really making peanuts. Seth Thomas says he gives him a 9. All right, so that's a great grade there for Nate. Clayton Murray says I give Lemon a 7. Can do more, be more impactful. So still a pretty good grade there for Nate Lemon. Any other grades coming in for Nate Lemon? Y'all make sure to put those in the comment section. And let's see. All right, so I think that's going to be all the grades for Nate Lemon. Let's see what PFF thinks. Let's look at his PFF grade.
From TrilliumSlot.com.
Nate Lemon.
California's paid family leave, PFF, can allow you
my
up
Alexa
to 8
going
weeks
off, so y'all got to excuse that.
By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
All right, so PFF gave Nate they gave him a bad grade, y'all. They gave him a grade of 52.5. He had a 49 tackling grade and a 48.5 coverage grade. So PFF did not think he played well according to their stats and their criteria that they look at. Again, he had an overall grade of 52.5 and a 48.5 coverage grade and a 49 tackling grade. Art says what he had a fumble. He had a forced fumble. He did have a forced fumble. I think they recovered it though. Memory serves me correctly, he knocked the ball out of Baker Mayfield's hand, but they did recover the fumble. It was right after the Jesse Bates forced fumble also. So let's go to our next player on defense, y'all. Let's see who else we're gonna do. Let's see where we're gonna go next. Let's go with Mr. AJ Terrell, fresh out that $81 million big boy contract. Some people say AJ is not living up to the contract. So with that said, let's grade him and see what y'all think about his play yesterday. AJ Terrell played 73 snaps also. We only had 3 guys that played 73 snaps. Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, and Richie Grant all played 73 total snaps. So AJ Terrell, 73 snaps. He had 7 tackles. He had 6 solo tackles. He also had 1 interception, which is his second on the season. I think we all should play the lottery this week. If AJ Terrell has 2 interceptions in the season, that means it's going to be probably a lucky time for Falcons fans, because that's like seeing Haley's Comet. But anyway, 1 interception, and he also had 1 pass deflected also, other than the interception. So I'll repeat, we are grading AJ Terrell on a scale of 0 to 10. He played 73 snaps. He had 7 tackles. He had 6 solo tackles. He had 1 interception and 1 pass deflected or defended, however you want to phrase that. So what grade would you give for AJ Terrell's play yesterday? Seth Thomas says, I'm going to give AJ an A. David Starr says 9. Head busting hit and a pick. Had a day. Yeah, he had a good day. Yeah, he did have a head busting tackle, man. That's one thing that I have always liked about AJ. In my opinion, for like a relatively smaller corner, he's very physical in terms of coming up and making tackles. I've always liked that about his game. Even sometimes to the point where he's hurt himself doing that. Albert says an 8. His best game I think he's had so far this year. I can agree with that. Let's blow the horn for that. I'm definitely in agreement with you on that, Albert. It looks like he was pretty comfortable out there yesterday. Ark says an 8.5. Philip Crawford says an 8.5. John Kemp in the building. What's up, John? As AJ Terrell a 9.8. So damn near perfect. Clay Murray says AJ gets a 10. 2 interceptions, believe that puts him over his career high. So he gives him a perfect 10 for AJ Terrell yesterday. So based on looking at all the grades, man, it looks like everybody is in agreement that AJ Terrell had himself a hell of a day. Now, this is the thing with AJ. We just need him to be consistent like that. Now, do we expect him to get an interception every game? No. But just start playing consistently real good football. And, the accolades and the acclaim will definitely follow. You know, he played a hell of a game yesterday. So props to AJ Terrell coming out his shell yesterday. Let's see what PFF thought. Now, y'all know how PFF is. We may think he played great, and PFF may think he played like crap. So let's see what PFF says. PFF gave him a okay, so they agree. They gave him the second highest grade for the defense yesterday. AJ Terrell graded out as an 80 yesterday, which is very, very, very good for a cornerback. They gave him a 66 for his tackling grade, which is respectable for a cornerback. You can go with that. His coverage grade was a 79.4, and his combined score was a 80. So PFF does agree that AJ Terrell had him a game yesterday. Jay Black in the building. What's going on, Jay Black? So I see tight in here. Wop House Pimper. Shout out to you, Jay Black. What's going on? Also got our dog Millie Mills in the building. What's happening with you, Millie? Appreciate y'all coming in. We're doing our grades. Let's get one more person on defense, man. Let's go. I couldn't do the grades without doing Jesse Bates, man. So let's go ahead and do Jesse Bates, and then we'll move to the offense. Jesse Bates yesterday played 73 snaps. He had 5 total tackles. He had 3 solo tackles. He had 1 forced fumble. He had 1 interception. He also had 1 pass defended. Jesse Bates. So make sure to put your grade in the comment section for Jesse Bates. I'm going to give you that stat line one more time. Jesse Bates played a total of 73 snaps. He had 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles. He had 1 forced fumble, 1 very acrobatic interception, and 1 pass defended. I ask y'all to do me a favor and make sure to put your grade in the comment section for Jesse Bates the third. Let's see what we got. Philip Crawford says Bates gets a 1. I guess what's that, 10 million? But I know you mean a 10. So he gives him a perfect grade. Archangel gives him a 9.3. David Stark says a 10. Where would this defense be without him? I know, right? Man, he's come on this team and he's made a hell of an impact, man. Money well spent. There was some criticism on for Terry Fontenot for signing him to that big deal as a safety. You know, a lot of people say, hey man, he's a safety, he's overpaid. But like David said, man, where would this defense be without him? And this guy has won us some football games these last 2 years. Clayton Murris is a perfect scorer. He set the game tone. Yes, he did. Let's blow the horn for that. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. You know, very, very high IQ football player, man. Very high IQ. Albert gives him an 11. He's become a top player in the league outside of position. And Bates, we trust to give us a chance every single game. I could not agree more. Jay Black gives him a 10 also. Perfect score. Archangel says he's the deepest MVP. Lisa gives him a perfect 10 score. Seth Thomas says he's a cheat code, A++. So it looks like we do agree that Jesse Bates was him yesterday, you know. So excellent scores across the board, you know, which I'm sure is no surprise to nobody considering how great he played. Let's check. Let's go to the judges. You know, let's go to the PFF judges. Let's go to the scorecard. Y'all know PFF sometimes they be on some bug. But Jesse Bates actually had the highest score for the Falcons yesterday, or the highest grade for PFF yesterday. They gave him a 90.9, which is an elite PFF grade. So they feel like he played elite football yesterday, just like the grades that we gave him. They gave him a 90.9. They gave him an 80.6 in coverage, a 80.6, and that is the highest coverage grade yesterday for the team as well. So nonetheless, an exceptional game yesterday for Jesse Bates, man. And you know, at this point, we're really not surprised because as most of you have already indicated, you know, he has gave this team such a lifeline. since he's been here these last 2 seasons. So shout out to Jesse Bates, man. Continue the great work. Let's go to the offense, y'all. Then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Millie Mill says they call him Bankhead Bates. Is that true, y'all? I don't know, man. I don't know. You know a lot of players that will associate certain Atlanta neighborhoods with. I heard people call Kirk Cousins East Atlanta Kirkwood Kirk. So it's probably so. Some people probably do call him that. So let's go to our offense, y'all. Let's see who we're gonna start off with. Let's see. Let's start off with just a second here. Let's start with who do you want to start on offense? I'm trying to think who would be a good person to start with, y'all. Let's start with Darnell Mooney. I don't think we've graded Darnell Mooney yet. Darnell Mooney yesterday, he was targeted 7 times. He had 5 receptions. He had 92 receiving yards. His average was 13.1 yards per touch. Yards per reception, he had 18.4 yards per reception. 1 touchdown. Longest play of the day, gained 30 yards. So if you don't mind, drop your grade in the comment section for Darnell Mooney. I'll repeat his stat line again. He had 7 targets, 5 receptions, 92 yards, 13.1 yards per touch, 18.4 yards per reception, 1 touchdown. Longest play of the game went for 30 yards. We are grading Darnell Mooney. So please drop your grade for Darnell Mooney in the comment section for me, please. So let's see. I just saw your comment, Albert. I should have started with him. I didn't even think about that. Kirk said, my bad. Ark says an 8 for Darnell Mooney. David Stark gives him the same grade, 8. Mooney's been a revelation. Yeah, man. He's surprisingly been a big part of this offense, man. Phillip gives Mooney a 10. Lisa says, I like what Mooney brings to the team. I do too. Him and also Ray McLeod, even though, Ray don't get the same big numbers as Mooney, but I like the dog in the fight that comes with Ray also, especially for such a small receiver. Albert gives him an 8. Mooney should have had 2 TDs. Kirko missed him on the first post. Another guy who people say we overpaid in the offseason. You're right about that. Another guy who people said we overpaid, but is definitely playing up to his paycheck, man. Darnell Mooney has been huge for us. Art says, show me the Mooney. Young Mooney, baby. Seth says an A+. Millie Mill says a 9.5 for Mooney. Only because he could have had 2 tutties. Yep, and Albert just said the same thing as well. Clayton Murray says 8.5 for Mooney. I need him to stay on his feet instead of slipping and sliding. Invest in some new cleats. Let's blow the horn for that. Jay Black gives him a 9.4 for Mooney. Okay, so y'all done gave Mooney some real good grades, and I think it's well deserved. Another great game for Mooney. Let's go to the scorecards. Let's go to the PFF scorecards. Y'all know what we give them, what PFF give them, don't always fall in line. So let's see what PFF got for Mooney. They give Mooney an overall grade yesterday of 77.9. That's pretty good. That is a pretty good grade. 77.9. I can live with that. I can definitely go for that. 77.9. That is one of the higher offensive grades that was given out yesterday from PFF. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that 77.9. I can go for that. So let's go to our next player on offense here. Let's see who we're gonna go with. Let's do let's go. Drake didn't really have a lot of opportunities yesterday, so we won't do Drake or Ray. Let's go ahead and go to our running backs. Let's go to the running backs. Let's do Bijan. Bijan Robinson yesterday had 13 carries for 63 rushing yards. His average yesterday was 4.8 yards per carry. Longest rush was a 13-yard rush. I will repeat the rushing numbers. He had 13 carries for 63 yards, 4.8 yards per carry. Excuse me. Longest rush of the day was for 13 yards. Receiving, Bijan Robinson had 6 targets, 6 receptions, 37 yards, 6.2 yards per touch, 6.2 yards per reception. Also, 1 touchdown. Longest pass of the day was for 10 yards. I'm going to repeat his receiving numbers. 6 targets, 6 receptions, 37 yards, 6.2 yards per touch, 6.2 yards per reception, 1 touchdown. Y'all do me a huge favor and put your grade in the comment section for Mr. Bijan Robinson, please. Miller says, Bijan juked the MF in the middle yesterday for that screen going up the sideline. Hey, man, that's one thing about Bijan, man. He's so electric when that ball is in his hands, man. He's real fun to watch. And unfortunately, he should have had 2 TDs yesterday. He had one of them called back, so he should have 2. Philip says Bijan gets a 10. Had a tub call back. Yep, just spoke about it. You're absolutely right. David Stark says, I give him an 8. Sometimes you just have to keep the offense on schedule, and he did that yesterday. Yes, sir, indeed. Well said. You're right. You know, you said that perfectly, David. Keep the offense on schedule, and he did that yesterday. And that's really what Bijan is starting to do. I'm starting to see Bijan kind of get comfortable in his role in the offense. You know, I'm starting to see a lot of that rookie indecisiveness removed from his game. I'm starting to see a real comfort level. I won't go as far as say I'm starting to see a leadership level or leadership position from him, but I'm starting to see him. Okay, this is my role on this team. This is my role on this offense. You know, I'm just starting to see him, you know, really come into his own as a second-year player. All right, Art gets him an 8.7. Albert says 11. Bijan continues to not be fed like the feature back he is, but still makes people tackle ghosts. That stop before the end zone was disrespectful, and I like that too. He stopped on the dime too. You know, hey, Bijan got them cat quick feet, man, and you can't teach that stuff. Either you got it or you don't. Can nobody ever teach you that? Art says Bijan was breaking a lot of tackles. Seth Thomas says, I think Levante Davis still sliding on the ground after that juke. He gives him an A+, so perfect grade for Bijan. Clayton Murray says Bijan gets an 8. Gained a point with the Ole TD and two-way player, but some of his runs he can get bigger gain if he see the right hole. And yeah, and that's still a learning process for him also. He's only going to continue to get better on that, and I am starting to see that he's starting to do a much better job running in between the tackles, you know, and that's a good thing about him also. Miller says the only thing I hate about Bijan is sometimes it looks like he's tiptoeing, and I see how you can say that, and it's really just his running style. You know, Bijan what's a good way for me to say this? Bijan is like a visionary back, and when I say visionary, I'm not trying to sound like I'm so deep or anything like that, because that's not what I'm trying to say. Bijan paints a picture when he's running the ball. You know, he's operating off instincts. You know, this guy here, let me get him a little quick juke and go the other way. So Bijan is always painting a picture when he runs the ball, and he's always looking for the lane, looking for the hole, looking to do a spin or a juke, and that's why it can look like that sometimes, just based on his running style. And I'm sure he's had that same running style since he's been playing middle school football, and he's gonna really have that same style for the rest of his career. It's just really, you know, his running style. Philo says Bijan's pass blocking. Yeah, he's an exceptional pass blocker, man. That's one thing that I'm really starting to like about that kid, his pass blocking. You know, he be putting them linebackers on their ass. Let's go to the PFF scorecards, y'all. Let's go to the scorecard, see what they thought. They gave Bijan a 89.5. elite grade. 89.5 elite grade. And y'all, Bijan is actually the second highest ranked running back in the NFL based on PFF scoring system. He's right behind Derrick Henry, So that's saying a lot about the kind of year that he is having also. So he did get an 89.5 PFF grade. Exceptional grade for an exceptional player, exceptional grade for an exceptional player. Albert says Bijan is Damian Thomas are reincarnated. Once he gets the touches, the stats will look the same. LT said it himself and March Fall. Yeah, that's the same mold of player that he is. That's the same prototype of player that he is. He's Marshall Faulk, LT. Exactly. You said it perfectly. So great game from Bijan. Let's see who else we're gonna do on offense here. Y'all, we're about done. Let's go ahead and do let's do our boy Kirk Cousins. Let's do old Kirk, Mr. Kirktober himself, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins yesterday was 23 for 29, 276 passing yards. His average was 9.5 yards per attempt, 4 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. Longest pass of the day was 49 yards. I think that was to Kyle Pitts. Was sacked 2 times. I don't know if that matters on y'all when y'all do your grades. His rating was 145.9, y'all. 145.9. Let me give you those numbers again. Let me give you that again. Kirk Cousins yesterday was 23 out of 29. I think that's about 80%, 79%. 23 for 29, 276 passing yards, 9.5 yards per attempt, 4 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. Longest pass of the day was for 49 yards. QB rating of 145.9. You like that? So do your boy a favor and make sure to put your grades in the comment section for Kirk Cousins, please. Ark says a 9.18. Almost perfect. David Starr says a 10. Simply for the scramble. Let's blow the horn for that. I do agree. Captain Kirktober. I like it. Albert says Kirktober a 10. Play of the game was the scramble. That was the first down. Zebras was, hey, you know how they do the Falcons. Philip Crawford, Kirktober. 100, 1,000, 1 million. Nice scramble. Miller says 8. Regular Kirko type ish. Just another day at the office for him. Okay, that's a good thing. If a game like that is another day at the office for Kirk Cousins, that means that the standard is set very high for him. You expect high level play from what he's shown in the past. So I do like that. I like that, Miller Mill. Lisa says 8 touchdowns against the Bucks this month. Yeah, boy. I know they have nightmares when they go to sleep with Kirk Cousins, man. Seth Thomas says MVP race. Gives him an A. Yeah, he's probably, I won't say he's solidified in the race yet. But I think he's a top 10 candidate probably. He probably did around 8, 9, or 10, somewhere like that. Some more great games, and he could slowly get in the race. It's still a lot of football to be played, so he could definitely climb up into the race in the top 5 candidate. Clay Murray gives him a 1,000. That Matt Ryan run. Philip Crawford says Kirktober 10. Nice run. Jay Black says Toddy. I know this is off subject. Philip Dorsett was signed to the practice squad and as a veteran wide receiver who is supposed to be a burner. Do you think he makes the active roster later this season? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know, man, because maybe of course if we get an injury at that position, which I knock on wood we don't get, but man, our main receiving core has been playing some pretty damn good football lately, man. It might be hard for him to get off that practice squad, bro. Ray, Darnell, Drake London,
Yeah, Drake. Drake.
he been playing good football, and Kyle Pitts done appeared this year, Kyle trying to get his unicorn name back. So it might be hard, man. It may be hard to get off the snide for him, bro. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. That's a great question, though. Lisa says, I'm giving him a 10 based on the pregame hype speech. Walk into your trap, take over your trap. I love it. I love it. I love it. Deep in the building. What's going on, Deep? I hope you're doing good this evening. Says Kirk and that run outstanding for coming back from an injury. Yeah, he shocked everybody, man. Nobody saw that coming. Kirk probably didn't even see that coming. But yeah, great scores from a great game, Kirk Cousins. Let's go to the scorecard, y'all. Let's see what PFF think. Let's see if they're gonna play our boy Kirk or they're gonna keep it real. PFF gives him a 90.9 PFF rating. Elite top tier rating, 90.9, tied with Jesse Bates for the highest score of the game. 90.9 for Mr. Cousins. Excellent game, Kirk. Excellent game, man. Keep up the great work. All right, we're going to finish this. Like Albert pointed out, National Tight End Day yesterday. A lot of tight ends had some big days, so they must have knew that also. It's crazy how that happened, right? So let's finish it up, and we're going to grade Kyle Pitts, and then we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Let's go to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts yesterday was targeted 5 times. He had 4 receptions, 91 yards. I wanted him to get 100 yards so bad. But 91 yards. He had 22.8 yards per reception. That's some Julio Jones type of shit, man. Also, speaking of Julio Jones, go back, y'all. Y'all get a chance. Go back and look at the first touchdown that Pitts caught yesterday. Tell me him getting off that press coverage, how he just knocked that defender out the way and got into his route. That's what Julio Jones mastered in Atlanta. Julio, you try to press Julio, he would just push you out the way and get on his route and get down the field and make the catch. That's exactly what Kyle Pitts yesterday did. That looked just like prime Julio, how he used to just Debo them little cornerbacks, man. And that's exactly what Pitts did to get open, man. It was masterful. And boy, when I went back and watched that, I was so happy because I said to myself, it's coming together. It's coming together for Kyle Pitts. Early in the year, Kyle Pitts probably don't make that move and make that play. But I said, oh boy, it's coming together for Kyle Pitts. But anyway, back to the scores. 22.8 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. Longest play of the game or longest reception of the day for him was 49 yards. Let me give you those numbers again. Kyle Pitts was targeted 5 times. He had 4 receptions for 91 yards. He had 22.8 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. Longest reception of the day was for 49 yards. So if y'all could be so kind and make sure to put your grades in the comment section for Kyle Pitts for me, please. Miller says, matter of fact, Tidy Curse gets an 8.5 because that quarterback sneaky had me on the head for what, man? Kirk done I guess Kirk dressing up for Halloween is Josh Allen, based on yesterday, right? Kirk finished out Kirktober playing like Josh Allen. Clayton says, honestly, Bates and Cousins carrying us. Thanks to Chef Terry. Keep cooking, Terry. Art says Kyle Pitts was blazing. Philip says Pitts almost effed up that touchdown, but he gonna give him a 10. Perfect score. You right. You absolutely right. Woo. That would have been a disaster, man. Davis says 8 would have been higher except that play we got very looking on. So Davis said, hey man, I love the play, but I gotta give you a demerit on that, bro. Tighten that shit up. Don't do that no more. And I dig it. I respect it. All right, gives him a 9.8, almost a perfect score. Clayton Murray says Pitts is a 9.9999. That one TD sipping my drink. I dig it, bro. Miller says I'm giving Kyle Pitts a 6. Yeah, good homie. You got to remember a lot of catching up to do, though. You got a lot of catching up to do. that should be normal for you. And hey, bro, I totally agree. I totally agree that this type of game should be more normal for Kyle Pitts. And in Kyle's defense, these last like 4 games, he's been like putting up some good numbers. The only thing he's been missing outside of yesterday's game was the touchdown production. So I'm hopefully he can continue getting in the end zone. Because I saw when he scored that first touchdown, I could see I saw the expression on his face. The kid was elated. He was elated. And then he saw the flag thrown and he thought they took away the touchdown. And then he realized that the penalty was going against the Bucs. And then you saw his expression light up again. So I was happy for him. You know, I know he's faced a lot of criticism since being drafted. You know, some of that criticism been from me and from other people. So, you know, I'm happy to see this starting to come together for Kyle Pitts. And we want to give you the unicorn name back, Kyle. You know, we want to give you your name back, bro. You keep on doing what you're doing yesterday. We're going to give you that name back. Seth Thomas says I gave him an A+. Albert says 9.5 would have been a 10. He almost fumbled, but he'll never do that again. I agree. You're right. Tired of his run after catch has been elite lately. Can he get the unicorn name back? If he continue to play like he played yesterday, we're going to have to give him his name back, man. We're going to see. We ain't ready to give it back just yet. You know, we ain't ready just yet. We need to see if he going to stay consistent with it. You know, don't go back into them bad habits of being lazy and lackadaisical. But, you know, hey, he working toward getting that name back for sure. Davis's Pitts better be glad it was tight end day. He better make sure that ball is super secure crossing the goal line in the future. Yeah, and like I think Albert said above, I don't think he's gonna make that mistake again. Antoine Wartime TV is in the building. What's going on, Antoine? 9.5 just because you need to protect the ball going across the line, finish the play. I absolutely agree. Ark says that was his best game. It definitely was. Definitely was. 2 touchdowns. That was his first multi-touchdown game of his NFL career on National Tight End Day. Oh, let's go to the scorecard. Let's see what PFF thought. Let's see if they're showing Kyle Pitts any love on PFF. PFF gave him a 86.8. So that's damn near elite grade. 86.8 for a tight end. That's exceptional. So PFF agreed with us, y'all. They gave him a great grade for a great day, a great performance. Of course, you know, he had a learning lesson in the NFL about lollygagging and showboating. You know, score your touchdown first, do the dirty bird or the snake or the robot or the random man or whatever you want to do after you've officially scored your touchdown. But, you know, we won't harp on that too much. We won the game. The touchdown counted, so it is what it is. Great win, great game by Kyle Pitts. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, y'all. I think Steve is probably going to be doing a Monday Minutia when I get off, if he has not already started yet. So let's go to Uncle Steve's page and see if he's on live and check out the Monday Minutia. I'll be there in the comment section, of course. And also shout out to the Atlanta Falcons, man. They have won 4 out of their last 5 games, man. When you're winning like this, man, I don't even think they realize, you know, for us diehard fans, how it makes us feel, you know, because we love this team. We want to see them succeed, of course. So just keep doing what y'all doing up there, Atlanta. You know, keep bringing these dubs home. Thank you, everybody in the chat for interacting with me. I appreciate your time, man. We will be back for the Waffle House on Friday. You know, so come check us out on Friday at about 11 o'clock for the Waffle House. Until then, man, y'all have a great week. Have a blessed week. And be safe. Take good care of yourself. I'm gone.